Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. This is the Cat's Pajamas, bringing you guys the Cat's Pajamas, King of the Hill for honor, guts, and glory. Here at the 12 o'clock position, we have our current reigning King of the Hill. He is a random player spawning as our green Protoss player. He is, of course, TheReched. So, Wretched spawning here at the 12 o'clock. At the 9 o'clock, we have his opponent, our yellow Terran player and current challenger to the King of the Hill throne. He is Kyur. So, Kyur versus Wretched now on the CatsPajamas.tv. So, guys, we are at the 12 and 9 o'clock positions, means we're close positions by ground. As you can see, there's an absurdly short walk distance to get from base to base. So, expect a lot of very aggressive play out of our two players. Lost Temple, a map also, of course, marked by the easy-to-attack natural. The only direct attack is through this choke point, so it's easy to defend there. But a lot of Terran players do love to abuse these cliff lines, drop some siege tanks or Thors on there, and snipe the natural expansions that are sitting out there on the low ground. So, Kyur going ahead and SCVing up, putting down a barracks at the front of his base. Wretched throwing down his gateway, and everything is all standard right now. So, yes, we do have the sweet GSL soundbite. I'm glad you like it. And, of course, guys, if you want in on the King of the Hill, just let me know. And, of course, I uploaded a bunch of the viewer replays we did last night to Cat's Pajamas SC2 on YouTube. That's youtube.com/user/Cat's SC2. That's actually a very good call by Captain Joe as well. Protoss players can abuse these cliff lines as well by taking a warp prism and just dropping some cannons up here. Also good for abusing those spots on the low ground. Yeah, I got like 15 or 20 random subscribers today, which was kind of cool. So Kyur is opening very, very standardly. He does have his refinery up, morphing in his orbital command exactly on time, putting up his marine as well. Mostly the next couple of minutes are going to be telling as to what sort of tech he'll incline towards. No slack, you do have a life. It's helping the Cat's Pajamas. That is a great life. So Wretched has up his assimilator as well, putting down cybernetic score, but he's quite supply blocked. Ooh, really, really worried about this unit running around the base here. Needs to get himself down a pylon in the very near future. And Kyur is going ahead and running out of the base here with his SCV. Another pylon finally coming down for Wretched. He's really just going to have to either drop down 2 or 3 gates at the same time, or he's going to have to put up an expansion immediately. Kyur not happy that his SCV got rocked, and he is putting up another barracks. Tech Lab is going ahead and putting down concussive shell technology. And Kyur's putting up another supply depot as well. So both players not being very aggressive. Here, finally, Wretched didn't want to reveal that he's putting down a 4 gate. That's why he's saving up so many minerals. We really should have gotten down a pylon. By the fact that Kyur... I don't know. If I were in Kyr's shoes, I would have been like, okay, Wretched was clearly not wanting to show me his tech for so long. I know something as weird is up. I probably need to put on some pressure here in a second and force his hand. And Kyur is moving out with a couple of Marauders. Looks like he's going for some 2 racks pressure, possibly into a fast expand. Not actually sure. He is still going ahead and mining his gas. And just moving to the Zelnok Tower. Let's go ahead and follow these Marauders up as they move into Wretched's base in a second. What, Happy Matt? No, that means watching stream means you have an awesome life. That doesn't mean no life. That means super life. So Kyur going ahead and running into Wretched's base, and oh my god, I actually think he's going to be able to pick off a couple of those pylons. If those pylons go down, it is going to be very difficult for Wretched to get back into this. Zealot goes down with doing no damage. Kyur can, of course, sit back and just kind of do damage to this pylon if he desires. Another Stalker warping in, but a few Marauders are already being brought up to go ahead and focus those down. The Marauders are going to fall, though. But Kyur has done his damage. Wretched has not been producing any units this entire time. He clearly sees the 4 gate, and he sees the Twilight Council researching, so he knows Blink Stalkers or Charge Lots are going to be on the way. So Kyur, of course, going for that 2 racks fast expand opening, putting down his 3rd racks right now, going to go into a mass bio sort of build, while he drops down, oh, a Ghost Academy. Nice Ghost Academy coming down. Yeah, introducing that EMP here into the field. And as I always secretly hope whenever I see a Ghost Academy, hopefully some factory and some nukes too. Haha. So Kyur's putting up a bunker inside his base to defend what he thinks will be a counterattack out of Wretched. Wretched not warping in a ton of units at this time. Finally, Chrono boosting out some more probes. He is tied in workers, but of course tied in workers means he's going to be down in economy to a Terran player because of their ability to bring in mules. And these mules, of course, oh yes, his economy is way in favor of Kyur at the moment. And he has his expansion coming up, which if Wretched can't cripple the economy on this next attack, Kyur's going to be pulling ahead very, very quickly. So, Wretched moving in now. That SCV is going to get taken out. Kyur's going to have to micro his units to the front. And moves his Ghost to the back. Doesn't want that to be revealed until absolutely necessary. Wretched gearing up for a pretty big push. Wretched does have a slightly larger force than his opponent. We do have a pylon coming down right now. Kyur going to move out that orbital command. See that there's a pretty good sized force of units. And immediately move back. Some more units getting brought in for Kyur at this time. He, of course, like I said, does have that bunker, so if these units decide to move up, all of Kyur's range units will be able to shoot from behind these structures very, very easily. So here comes Wretched now. He is going to move up, loses one Stalker immediately. Now bringing in those charge lots. They're going to try and take down one supply depot. They are going to do so, but at what cost? Wretched just basically lost his entire army. And he's going to lose a sentry as well. Kyur correctly establishes that this is the time to move out. Moves in with a few of those Marines. Needs to micro those back. Just kind of ran those in for no reason. Nice EMP goes down. And these Ghosts going to get picked off. But not before all the rest of the units. And Kyur didn't even unload his bunker. Didn't think it necessary, apparently. Expansion coming in for Wretched at this point. He did even that expansion timing. And Wretched currently sitting on no army, actually. And he is now down in workers. So not a very good situation for Wretched to be in. He is putting up another 2 gateways. But needs to be worried more about getting on some units here. So Dez says he loves the new mic. You guys can thank Total Biscuit for that. What a man. What a man. Kyur dropping down his next expansion. Going to be able to bring in some mules onto low ground as well. Would expect to see a nice transfer of SCVs here. There they go. Kyur dropping down his factory, going to switch tech with this starport here onto the tech lab. And, of course, there is a factory in place, so let's see a nuke. Do it. Do it, Kyur. You want a nuke? I know it. 2 more barracks coming up as well. Kyur actually floating quite a bit of resources. Scan goes down, sees that Wretched does have his expansion up. Wretched is producing 1 probe at a time, wasting some chrono boost on his primary nexus. Blink now being researched as well. These gateways being turned into warp gates, so 6 warp gates in total. And a little bit of a standoff going on for both players at the moment. So Kyur does have a good contingent of Marauders, Ghosts to drop down some EMP. God, he'll be able to launch 2 EMPs from each Ghost at basically the same time, which is absurd. He is also going ahead and producing cloaked Banshees to continue some harassment, but honestly, he has the force to basically A-click in and win the game immediately, especially 1 good EMP takes down the shields of all of those units. Those sentries are rendered useless, and the stemmed Bioforce will be able to just run in and destroy everything. But Kyur is going ahead and finishing his Banshee. His cloak is about halfway done. Bringing up level 1 weapons on his ground forces as well. So, Wretched Chrono boosting out some warp probes, putting up a forge as well. He does have 1 robotics facility out. Not bringing in a robotics bay, though, so this isn't going to be a Colossus build. And let's go ahead and follow this Banshee into his opponent's base. Okay, so here comes the Banshee. Yes, Hot Red Streak, I am indeed broadcasting just for you, Hot Red Streak. And Kyur, it looks like he wants to do a little bit of dual-pronged attack, possibly get some units pulled away with this Cloaked Banshee. We have some Photon Cannons coming up. How did Wretched know to put up those Photon Cannons? That seems like incredible timing. Banshee is moving in now. Going to go ahead and target fire down the Photon Cannons. There it goes. There one goes, I should say. I would expect to see a Cloak here soon. Cloak goes down. Oh, guys, yeah, I'm actually doing... Oh, I'll talk about it here in just a second as this big Bioforce for Kyur is moving in. And he is going to take out a lot of these units. No, Scriptix is not too late to sign up. Please, no Slack, put Scriptix on the list. This Nexus is going to fall down as well very quickly. Wretched absorbing a lot of damage. This Photon Cannon going to go down, but it's going to exact its damage on the Banshee. The Banshee could stand in here now, do a huge amount of damage to the probe line. And I'm not sure what Kyur is planning to do, because he could basically just move in and win the game. If he got some vision on the high ground, put down a nice EMP, those sentries would be worthless. It's actually both, Caligan. He goes by Scriptix in here or Cutie Pie in the game. So Kyur now with a 14-kill Banshee. There is a nuke on the way. So, Kyur listening to me through stream. One, that's cheating, but two, I don't care. If you nuke, it's still worth it. And those ghosts do have Cloak, so they're going to be able to sneak up here and do some good damage. So, more Zealots being brought in at this point. We'll be able to close those charge lots. We'll be able to close pretty effectively with the ground force of Kyur. But Kyur, of course, does have a very, very large force out. And that nuke is done. No, it's still not better than a 21-kill Photon Cannon. Good call. Nice. A Ghost gets cloaked, and there's the nuke! No! Wretched moves out of the way. Nuke cancelage done. And he'll have to rebuild another one. But he does have the resources for it, if he so desires. Stim goes down. These charge lots being focused fired down pretty quickly. 1-1 upgrades. Beautiful EMP. These sentries now mean nothing. Oh my god, those are getting target fired down so fast. Dan Wretched just absolutely losing everything now. Warping in some more charge lots to do some damage. But I don't think it's going to be enough. And Kyur moving in now for the kill. Going to take out the rest of these units there. Going to take out the Photon Cannon as well. Photon Cannon with only one kill. Warp Gates going down. Pylons going down. And was there another Banshee brought in? No, not necessary. So, valiant time as the king and Mr. Wretched. But Kyr's Bioforce is rocking face, and Wretched does GG. So Kyur is going to continue as our reigning king of the hill.